Hello everyone, today I'd like to talk about karaoke, really karaoke. And as a kid, growing up, I think karaoke started to gain popularity in the mid 90s, mid to late 90s, I would assume. Definitely in the 2000s, for sure. They're everywhere. Like, I remember in the 2000s, mid to late 2000s, coming out of school, either internship or working. I would go with some friends or coworkers, and they would go to like these. It wouldn't be a bar. It might be more like a club or something. It's hard to say, but maybe like a restaurant or something, and they would have either a couple rooms or maybe the just like right outside, and they would have a big screen and a karaoke machine and you can, I don't know if you have to pay for it, most likely, but to pay for time to use it, and then you would pick whatever they got in their catalog of karaoke music, and you would just go at, sing along. And I never got into it, mainly even though I love music, and pretty much I wouldn't need the lyrics per se. I could pretty much sing them for a lot of the songs. I wouldn't dare touch a microphone. So yeah, if you want to make a fool of myself, easily just get to pick up a microphone, do some karaoke. I guarantee I would make a fool of myself. But anyway, it seems like karaoke these days. So this was like late 2000s, maybe early 2010s, but it seems like 10 years later, like where we're at right now, karaoke is pretty. I don't see them. I'm not saying they're dead by any means. I'm pretty sure they're still popular, definitely in Japan and other foreign countries. But here in the States, especially in the areas where I live and so forth and work, it's just, you don't see them anymore. Now, there's a popular casino in Las Vegas that I like that's not a big casino or, one of the big like MGM or anything or Caesars. Not like that. It's off the strip. It's called Ellis Island. And I remember going there maybe 10 years ago or so. And it's like a small casino out just behind Bally's. Or it's now the Horseshoe. So right behind the main casinos on the strip. And that place was just busy. It seems like every time I go there, it's always packed. And I go there not for gaming or anything. It's just there's some food specials there, and then I like to watch this karaoke place. It's like I think it's a restaurant / bar, and they do karaoke, and the karaoke is like right in front of the entrance, so you pretty much don't even need to go inside. You can watch people karaoke, and there's always someone karaokeing. It's a group of people karaokeing, and I think I think it still exists there, and it's very popular. It's always, every time I go there, and this is like a lot of time between years, it's always been popular. So anyway, going back, reason why I have karaoke, and I have quite a bit of karaoke CDs, is about 6-7 years ago, I picked up a couple Laserdisc players. And the reason why I picked them up was, I remember as a kid growing up, when we finally started to get into like home entertainment, that kind of thing, we were still in the VCR, VHS tapes type thing. And at that time when we were starting to, my parents had enough money to maybe get something from an audio video perspective, all of a sudden laser discs were popping on. They were pretty popular, and you look at them like, ooh, all that, and they look like CDs. They're huge CDs and so forth, and I'm like, wow, it has CD quality sound and all that. I'm like, yeah, this is going to be the next wave. But it took a while because we invested in one, but in kind of like the later stages, I like to say late 90s, we invested in one. Like the cheapest model, doesn't flip, doesn't do anything. It's just play and go. That's it. But even then, when we bought it, we didn't have any laser discs because, first of all, there weren't that many to begin with. Second of all, they're really expensive. And third, if you wanted to like rent them, you had to go to like a really specialty, like a Blockbuster. I think might have it. The local video store we usually go to doesn't have it. It's just a small store, and they only carry tapes. So you had to go like get a Blockbuster membership or something like that. And even then, when they do have Laserdisc, it's like a small section of it. Anyway, so when we bought the Laserdisc, we didn't have anything under the warranty period. We just returned it. I remember that. It was like, I think a couple weeks or something, we returned it. We just couldn't get any movies or anything for it. So that was my kind of foray into it. But now as an adult, looking back, I was kind of always interested in the Laserdisc. DVDs blew them out, rightfully so. To me, DVDs is like an evolution of movies from VHS to DVD. Laserdisc kind of caught in between. It was supposed to be the next step, but for sure DVDs is just the way better format. To me, it's kind of like how CDs and tapes are. CDs just a way better format. But anyway, rightfully so, DVD just made Laserdisc obsolete. But anyway, I picked up, just looking back at my childhood and like, hey, these are something that I always wanted to get and try out, but never had the opportunity to. And so I got a couple of Laserdisc players. Two of them. One of them, the first one I got was, I think, a top of the line Pioneer, where it was a Laserdisc that can flip and also can play DVDs. So not just CDs, but DVDs. It had all that. It was pretty neat. I think it was a top of line model for that. Got that off. Cheap too. And then a little later, I'd say a few years later, I picked up another Laserdisc. Now this one didn't have the DVD thing, so I was kind of, but what the heck, Laserdisc is a Laserdisc. They're hard to find these days. But this one had a karaoke. It was built for karaoke, so it's like CD. It had the CD plus G, everything, all the hookups for microphone, what you can do. It's the Pioneer V880. Look that up. It's like near the top, second to the top of the line. The top of the line, I think, is exactly my model, but it can play DVDs too. So anyway, so I picked that up, and I pick up both Laserdisc mainly again for nostalgia and so forth. And I really was interested in collecting Laserdisc movies and playing them. So I do have somewhat of a decent library of Laserdisc of movies, and I played a few of them. And believe it or not, it's quality is okay. It's slightly a step above VHS. Sound is okay too. It's CD and CD sound quality, but you're still stuck with the Dolby, Pro Logic, AC3 type stuff, and I don't think you can do digital at all unless you have the DVD version of it. So it's somewhat of a step up, but not like a huge step up. And so I kind of, even though I had a lot of these Laserdiscs now, I didn't really watch a lot of them because I just got bored. And I think one of my karaoke Laserdiscs, it also can auto flip because it moves the lasers up and down, but rotates them. But the one I have, my karaoke one, gets stuck, so I can't even do an auto flip. And I got sick of flipping. There's a movie that has like 2 discs or 3 discs, and you got to flip them. Ugh. So I never really use them per se. It's just more for nostalgia. But believe it or not, I picked up a bunch of these like at a garage sale at one point, and I wasn't, just what the heck, they're almost giving it away. Like they come out to be like a quarter each, but like these karaoke albums, just kind of showing you what I got. And then, decided to go home, try it out, and hey, started playing a few of them, and it's not bad. I mean, it's pretty enjoyable. Usually they give you the CD plus G, the graphics online, with a kind of a static background. And if you know how karaoke works, they give you 2 versions of the same song. One is like the full blown, and then the other one is when they wipe out the vocals and you sing over it. And pretty entertaining. I admit it's kind of addictive if you're really into it, especially if you like the songs you got and you can sing. And no matter how bad I am, I still like try out every one of them. I try them out. Even there's songs that I don't like, and that's why I don't know the lyrics. But when they're playing and the lyrics are there, I give it a shot. So it's a fun thing. I get the appeal of it, and I got But after a while, it kind of gets stale. Mainly because for me, it's not because of singing or anything like that, or I can't sing or anything. It's because the music itself, and I'm not talking about the song selection or anything, but all of these, the ones I showed you, like all this stuff, singing the hits. I even have karaoke albums that are still new, but these are not, obviously they're not original. So they use like, someone, whoever makes these, let's say Chartbuster Karaoke, this is just for an example. They would have their own like band. And even so, it might not even be a band, be just one person. And they're playing like a keyboard or something, and they're playing the melodies. But usually you get at least a couple instruments, maybe drum, like there might be a drum kick or something like that, and piano, and then you sing over. So the melody is as close as it gets. There's no different arrangement or anything. They're pretty much tight with the original song, but it's just like a keyboard or drum set, and that's pretty much it. There's no, and then if you want to listen to the vocals, it's obviously not. It's whoever they hire or the producer. They sing over it. So so when you listen to that and you're trying to do karaoke, for me at least, it gets tiring. That the rendition is not good, and obviously my vocals aren't good, but the song itself, the playing and so forth, it's like amateurish, right? It's like someone. I'm not trying to diss anyone here or anything that makes these things and produces the music for it, but it sounds like if you're starting to learn music or something, there's a song you like and you're trying to learn how to play it on piano or something like that. That's what it sounds like. It's just very amateurish, very kind of low quality music that you got to sing yourself over, or sing over. And because I suck, I sound bad and everything too, it makes things worse. So when you hear it coming out of the speakers, it's like, After one time, and try to do it multiple times, it's just not fun. Until I got this one, Motown. When I got this, I didn't, I was like, again, I'm into collecting these things now, whether I use them or not. It's one of those where I collect them just to collect them, and also down the road, if I have guests or something and they're into it, at least I have a library of music to play if they wanted to try out karaoke. But damn, when I got this and got home and tried this, I was like, damn, this is good. This is real good. You know why? It's not necessarily the artist, the song selection, even though this is all good, Motown. But here, it's the original artist karaoke. Original. And that's the thing. So with this, Motown. This is a Motown karaoke thing, and they have basically the Motown artists. So you got like Michael Jackson, Martha and Vandellas, Four Tops, all the good songs on here. But they're using the original songs. That's the thing. They're using the original songs. So when you're trying to sing, you're actually singing on the original song. And I immediately realized after singing a couple songs, trying them out, like, damn, this is so much better. The experience is so much better because you're actually like trying to sing the real song, right? It's like, yeah, you're just basically trying to replace Michael Jackson or something like that on the actual song itself, not some like cheesy keyboard rendition of something. You know what I mean? And after hearing this, I when I play karaoke from time to time, really, this is the only album I put in. Even though I'm kind of sick of the same songs, there's 8 songs on here, both vocal and non-vocal. I could care less because it's the actual song. And that made me wonder, are there any other karaoke albums like that use the original artist's music? And obviously they got to be coming from the actual record label. So, Motown obviously has their series. This is volume 8. So obviously there's at least 8 volumes of these. And I've been looking, they're pretty expensive. So, but I got lucky on this one. I don't know if like, Columbia Records, Sony, that kind of thing, they have their own karaoke. I don't know what to look for. I haven't seen it. There might be something like this on other record labels, but I just couldn't find them. But, damn, if karaoke was like this, using original, if you can do that for practically everything, I think karaoke itself will be a lot more entertaining, period. At least in my opinion. Again, I'm not a big singer or anything like that, but if I have the ability to karaoke over the original song, I wouldn't mind. I actually wouldn't mind. So in retrospect, if for me, if I find these still like cheap, like these other like the typical karaoke stuff, I wouldn't mind picking it up, especially if they're artists that I don't have. But damn, I wish record companies would produce something like this, like across the board with their entire catalog, or not the popular artists, So you would have country, you would have pop, hip hop, or something. I guess that'd be cool. And I don't see why this would be hard to do. I mean, heck, Motown did it. If you think about it, music, if you buy like popular singles, they would usually have like for hip hop, for example. I don't know, bring up Jay-Z or something like that. If you buy one of his singles, they would usually have the original song. Then they would have an instrumental version, which is basically this. And then you have an a cappella version, which is just the vocals and no music. So you can try to see how you can rap and things like that. And maybe some other like mixes and things like that. They would have singles like that. And all you needed to do with with something like that is you take that instrumental that you would have already done on a single, and then maybe compile it with some other artists' popular songs, put it on something like this, and just add some graphics. That's not hard to do. That's literally not hard to do, and then sell it. And then I think it would be perfect for me if this was, first of all, had to be still popular karaoke, and if record companies are willing to do something like this, using their original music instrumentals and just letting you karaoke over it, I think it would be a lot better. To me, the experience is just way better with using the original music. So that's what I've got into my experiences with karaoke. I wish there's a lot more than this from Motown. Besides Motown, I wish there's other artists, from other record labels would do something like this. If they have, I haven't seen it, or maybe it's rare. I don't know. Or you may have to go to the singles, and then they might have a karaoke version of it. And even then, again, you want to have the lyrics on the screen, so it has to be a dedicated karaoke type, not just an instrumental on a single. Another thing I want to add before I go, besides trying to get the original, I got some albums from, as I mentioned before, karaoke is actually pretty popular outside of the U.S., mainly in Asian countries. So I picked up a few albums like these, like the Carpenters, yeah, America. Now, I think one is from the Philippines and one is from Taiwan. I forgot which one. But I do not like these. Even though nothing wrong with it, first of all, they're kind of VCDs, so they're just basically video CDs. And all they do is just put some random movie of, I don't know what, some scene like a screensaver type thing. And then they put the lyrics right on the screen. You can't take them off or anything like that. The second thing is they don't really have a true, like, here's the music with the vocals, and then here's the music without the vocals. It's just one set of songs with the vocals, and then they kind of force you to, like, if you want a karaoke without the vocals, you gotta turn your your speaker. You would have both speakers. You gotta move it all the way to the left or to the right, so you will only hear one side, and the other side is the vocal that you turn off, technically speaking. I don't like that either because my my receiver doesn't have or even my karaoke player doesn't have a left or right control. Now I'm pretty sure my receiver doesn't. The one I have hooked to my karaoke machine. My Laserdisc karaoke is one of the newer ones. Maybe I could do it through the remote, but there's no dedicated left right type speaker setting. So it has the same problem with this where the music and the singing is just you gotta really love karaoke, at least for me. I gotta really love it to make good use of something or enjoy listening to something like this or trying it out. Because I'm not a fan of the music at all, the way they play it, the instruments and so forth. But damn, I wish record companies would do something. If I was a record company or if I was an artist and I was popular and my songs were popular, I would definitely release something like this, regardless how popular karaoke is, because I know if I do, I think I could sell more, I guess. I don't know. But anyway, maybe not. I don't know. To throw away that thought. Anyway, karaoke, original artists, please. Original songs. Not original artists, original songs. Please. This is the best way to go for karaoke. If you're able to get a karaoke machine, you love it, and can collect music that you like that uses the original music, oh damn, you're set. You're set. So anyway, let me know what you think. If you're a karaoke person or not, what do you think about the original karaoke music? So, all right, thanks. Bye.